Welcome to my virtual discussion with Mr. Andrew Kichumisa, a teacher of English language and geography at Nassoro Seif Secondary School in the Morogoro region of Tanzania. Mr. Kichumisa is one of the 400 teachers in Tanzania taking up the African Digital Schools Initiative, which is implemented by GESCI and funded by the Mastercard Foundation. And apart from the ADSI project, which is the key of our discussion today, GESCI has implemented various projects on leadership in 16 African countries. And we are also working with World Bank on development of a total cost ownership tool for use with schools and universities. We are also working with the Ministries of Education of Sierra Leone. So those are some of the things that GESCI is working on, and ADSI is our main project at the moment, where we are really working on teacher professional development and enhancement of 21st century skills among teachers, which is one of the things that Mr. Kichumisa here has been able to do, given the fact that he's now conducting live lessons for students in Tanzania. So Mr. Kichumisa, karibu sana. Just introduce yourself and then you will tell us what really pushed you to start conducting online live lessons. Karibu.
As you introduced me earlier, my name's Andrew Kichumisa. I am a teacher at Nassoro Seif Secondary School in Morogoro. I was privileged to join ADSI African Digital School Initiative 3 years ago, and really it's been an experience and I've learned a lot. What actually inspired me or moved me towards what I'm doing? Actually, I've always wished to reach out the students in more effective and reliable approaches, but I really didn't know how to do it. I was like, what is it that I can do that I can push my teaching career to the next level? But I really couldn't find out a way, even though I had information technology and computer science skills, but I really couldn't get them engaged into teaching. So that was until COVID-19 was announced. Well, and schools were closed, so no more schooling. In thinking about how I can reach these students, because it's not an holiday, studies must go on. The motto of our district is Elimu kwa Tehama, Tehama kwa Elimu, which is technology for education. So there, boom, there was my answer. There was no way around it. I had to use technology to reach out to my students. So I launched the e-learning website where students could just log in and find free e-books, notes, lesson videos as you've watched them. Then I started carrying out online session. I opened up my class on Fridays where students started joining. Then I had other devices like quizzes and tests where students just respond online, and so many other devices. And this has been so powerful, tremendously powerful, because I've been able to reach more students than even I imagined before.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations to you. This is a great initiative. How do you reach out to the students to ensure they are online at the time you want to start conducting the lessons?
I share a link to parents because I have numbers of my students' parents. I've been a class teacher for 2 years, so I have their numbers. I always share my link to the parents and tell them, please, you students, because I'm about to go online. And these parents have a lot of cooperation, so they lend their devices, their mobile phones to the students, so the students are joined in. And in fact, these students, even themselves, I came to discover that they are sharing the links on Facebook, because they are on Facebook. They share the links that, oh, our teacher is now conducting online classes. So soon I started with, it was 2 students online, and I think on my very class, I think they even left when I was teaching. Then I was so heartbroken, only 2 students and I'm doing this. But I continued doing, then soon it were 11, soon it were 50, then 100. And I was like, this is working. I'm having 100 students online. And soon even other students from other schools started joining me. Then soon there were 250 and 300.
So at this point, you're reaching out to students even outside Nassoro Seif, as I'm getting from you. And now, is your content contextualized to reach out to all of them at the same time? Or how do you go about getting to create the content for the various levels?
What I actually do is that I teach across all the topics, but more specifically, I've been aiming the examination classes. Most of my lessons I'm focusing on Form 2, Form 4, and Form 6 because their time is so limited.
Great. That's good. So we are just looking at the initiative you're carrying out right now is addressing Sustainable Development Goal number 4, that is on quality education. And given we are looking at sustainability, are you looking forward to keep doing this even post-COVID-19?
Even after the pandemic, I will do this, and probably even with much more strength, because for this time I've carried this out. In fact, I've really seen the power of technology on how it makes teaching and learning so convenient. To me, there is no turning back. To me, the show has just begun.
Okay, that's good. That's great to hear, because these are some of the things GESCI is looking at, ensuring that our teachers come out innovative, and we have that bit of creativity where you're creating solutions that suit the community you're in. So maybe you would just mention some of the benefits of the ADSI program to you and to Nassoro Seif School as a whole.
There have been a lot of benefits to me personally, to the school, and to the students.
Yeah.
To me personally, a lot came with that. You see, I came to learn about the 21st century strategies of learning, where collaboration, students need to learn problem-solving skills, creativity, and innovation. Then I was like, boom, this is the real thing. In fact, the ads laid like a blueprint for me, actually discovered, so even these skills are the ones that can be used to enhance learning. At the earlier times, I used to think that if I use ICT, it's like I'm doing a wrong thing. It's like I'm going against the code of work, the
education and teaching.
Yes. but then, after being introduced to art and all this stuff and all these skills, in fact, that pushed me even to do what I'm doing.
That's very amazing feedback, Andrew. Thank you so much, because we love to hear such. It means parts or most of the objectives of the African Digital Schools Initiative are being achieved through what you're doing, because our aim is creating a digital school of distinction through integration of ICTs in teaching and learning, and having teachers who use technology as an enabler to deliver education. You're already running a YouTube channel. I can see your YouTube channel is Come Study with Andy. For those who would want to check out Andrew's lessons on YouTube, go to YouTube and find Come Study with Andy. You will see some of his lessons there. So just tell us about the website as well.
The website is www.comestudywithandy.wordpress.com. comestudywithandy.wordpress.com.
And maybe just as we wind up, what would be your recommendations to the Tanzanian government and to the schools to ensure that ICT is really incorporated?
Before I recommend a thing, I would like first to thank my school administration for all the support that they have been giving me from the early stages of my initiatives.
Yeah.
So I thank them, and I also extend my gratitude to the Ministry of Education and the government for actually opening doors for GESCI, because this actually has put a lot of light into the selected digital schools and the STEM teachers, and we are starting to see a lot of progress in our students. Even the perception that certain subjects are hard, I cannot do science, what.
Yeah.
Arts has brought up about these interactive lessons. We develop lessons with infographics and mind maps, concept maps, and all these things help to break down the complex ideas into easy learnable ideas where the students are really interested in learning now. I would really wish to recommend the following to my school administration, that I think they have to seek out for more ICT facilities. You see, we still need a lot of support on this. The school still needs computers, desktops, and laptops. We still need more projectors. We still need bigger rooms for computer labs. Yes, we do have a computer lab currently, but it's small. it can host like 20 to 25 students. Now with a school with almost 1,000 students, you can see it's not really enough. And I would also recommend the following to the government, that the government actually should not stop where it's well, this is a good thing, then I would wish it to spread all over the country, you see. And also I would advise the government that I think this would have been introduced to the teachers' colleges and universities, whereby now we will have teachers that already perceive this 21st century teaching and learning skill, instead of training of in-service teachers, which is a good thing, but I think it costs more. So the government should also, while developing training of in-service teachers like me, but they come up with a plan to extend these skills to the teachers, colleges and universities.
GESCI has trained teachers on ICT integration in teaching and learning, and teachers have been taken through 3 cycles of training. The very first one was technology literacy, and then it got to the point where we introduced teachers to knowledge deepening. Andy has gone through the knowledge deepening cycle, and now to the third phase that Tanzania is now going through, that is knowledge creation. In this phase, we really look forward to having teachers create content that learners can interact with, whether it's in the classroom or away from the classroom. This is the phase where we now believe the teacher is well equipped to create content, which is something Andy is doing, and doing it very well. And on behalf of GESCI, we are really proud of you, and we look forward to seeing more teachers taking up, whether it's during the pandemic or post the pandemic. There are so many things that are going to change, as you mentioned, Andy, and it's just dawning on us that there is a need to make learning flexible. By all means, learning has to be made flexible. I'll be speaking to Ramadhani Matimbwa, who is the project coordinator for the GESCI ADSI Programme in Morogoro. I'm joined by Ramadhani Matimbwa. Ramadhani is the GESCI project coordinator for the African Digital Schools Initiative in Morogoro region, Tanzania. And he'll be speaking to us in terms of project implementation, training of teachers, which brings us to this point where we have teachers like Andrew Kichumisa who are able to conduct online lessons to create content for their students who are now at home due to school closure that's brought about by COVID-19. So Ramadhani, just tell us what is being done in Morogoro region at the moment.
Yeah, actually, by the moment, we are on the knowledge creation cycle, and currently is a module 1 cycle, and we are in progress for a school visit soon before the school is closed. But now, because the schools are closed, we continue with the professional development for teachers for online learning. So teachers are continuing doing some tasks, learning some tactics on technologies in teaching, but online. So distance learning is still happening. So however, COVID-19 is there, but teachers are still getting some other tips of how technology can be useful too in teaching.
How are you going to reach out to the other teachers to ensure more teachers are now doing what Andrew Kichumisa is doing?
Teachers shows a motive to continue learning distantly. As you can see, Andrew Kichumisa has started doing it and reaching to students. So now what we are doing to ensure that most teachers getting to do that, we are now creating a database for most teachers who are ready to prepare lessons online. However, the training was not complete, so that we can support them to complete that, and they continue preparing different lessons and try to share with teachers, through parents, or through social media, through other media like television, websites, and things like that.
Great. And now at this time, Andrew has spoken about pre-service of teachers. Maybe you can just tell us the developments in working with teacher training colleges in Tanzania.
That's good. However, sometimes we call it may be very tricky a bit, people are doing things, and especially in technology. We have a project called the Teachers Education Support Project under Ministry of Education, and it is really doing a lot about technology in colleges, teachers' colleges, and we wanted to collaborate with them. So what we did just analysis, situation analysis, to see what are they doing and them to know what we are doing as ADS. Then so later on we can create a collaboration framework. However, the collaboration framework is not yet there; it is still in the process. But what we did now is like involve some tutors for the colleges that are close to Morogoro, like Akawa and the Morogoro Teachers College. However, we once involved the Monduli Teachers College, and so they also know about it.
So Andrew, we are really grateful. Thank you so much for making time to do this. I know you're busy trying to create lessons and planning your Friday your Friday live lesson, but you still got time to talk to us.
Thank you so much, and I would like to, on behalf of my fellow teachers at Nassoro Seif, we really appreciate. We are so grateful for, in fact, to be privileged to be among the few schools to join ADS. In fact, we promise that we will not let you down. And the whole thing that ADS project is bringing down onto us, and specifically to our school, everything will be put in practice so that your efforts, in fact, do not go in vain.
Thank you.